to Sweet Soul. I am so happy to have you guys here today. I'm so happy to connect with you, most importantly. So today we are going to be discussing one of my favorite law of attraction techniques called scripting. Scripting is going to allow you to get very clear as to what you want in your life so you can bring it forth, so you can start to match that vibrational energy and finally start living the life of your dreams. I actually was browsing through my journal just a few days ago, and that inspired me to create this video because I realized that what I scripted 7 months ago was the pivotal moment that gave me finally the permission to start living out the life of my dreams. So today I wanted to discuss with you guys what scripting is, how you can actually script in the most effective way, why this might be something that you might want to consider into your life, and a few other things that I wanted to mention in today's video. But before we get started, I would love if you guys can take a moment to subscribe to our channel. It's very exciting to see the community grow. I love reading your comments, and also make sure you hit the notification bell so you are notified of every single time that I upload a new video. I am going to explain scripting in a very simple and easy way to understand because that's the way that I like to digest information. And I also understand that life doesn't have to be complicated, and in order for us to have a big shift in our lives, we don't have to understand a very complex idea. I feel like the things that really change our life, like gratitude and the scripting and mindfulness, are very simple things that we can start to practice, and those are the things that make like the biggest impact in our lives. So that's the way that I like to explain things here on my channel. I don't like to make things complex because, first of all, I can't even explain anything in a complex way. But that is my intention, is to explain scripting in a way that is easy for you to actually start implementing it into your life, like right now. So basically, scripting is a component of the law of attraction, which helps you refine your point of attraction. It's also one of the 22 processes to manifest your desires. I highly recommend that you guys check out that book, Ask and It Is Given by Esther Hicks, because it has so much more knowledge in this field, and it's just a really incredible and life-changing book that I highly recommend for you guys. So check it out. This is just a small little component of that book. And again, scripting is just basically simply getting very clear about the life that you want to experience, the situations that you want to experience, the circumstances that you want to be a part of. And it could apply to really big things, like career, your health, a relationship, a home, a car. It could also be internal things that you want to experience in your spiritual practice, in your enlightenment as a human being. So that is the gist of what scripting is. Nothing complicated, right? Scripting is something that you can practice for many different reasons. One, if you are feeling lost in life and you really don't know what direction you want to go towards, you can tap into the power of your imagination to think of all of the ideas and all of the ways that you would love to really live out your life. Every single thing that exists in this planet has first been a thought in a human's mind. And that's why scripting is powerful, because we're tapping into our intention, into our mind, into our imagination. Scripting is also going to help elevate your mood. It's going to give you a nice boost in your vibration. If you're not having one of the best days and you need kind of like a little pick-me-up, like setting up the ritual to sit down and script, is really going to give you that boost in your mood, in your energy, your emotional well-being, because you're going to start to focus your energy into the life that you actually want to live out, that can and will be yours. And also, if you have been scripting and you're already in the midst of living out one of your dreams, this can also give you a little bit more momentum, because for me, what I noticed is that back in the end of January, when I started scripting, my particular, like what I'm living out right now, I didn't go into too much detail. So a lot of the things are already manifested and I'm living them out right now, but there's a few things that are still in the midst of, becoming a reality because that's how the process is evolving. But now I'm actually going to do a little ritual sometime this weekend and script out what I want to live out for the next year. So you can also use scripting to kind of give you that momentum and that push to kind of keep going forward. So now that you're at this stage of your life, okay, if you've manifested a certain amount of things already, what do you want to manifest next? What is that next evolution for you? The next 6 months, what does that look like? The magic that happened for me was that after I scripted that one time and I read it back and felt emotion about what I had written, it's almost like it gave me permission to actually start showing up as that person. Because after I wrote it, I'm like, well, this is my life. This is the life that I want to experience. So I need to start playing that character. So I need to start showing up differently as a person. And when I made that decision, I said, okay, well, if I want to be a designer, I need to start designing. I need to start sharpening my skills as a businesswoman if I'm going to have an actual business. I need to start taking classes. I need to start doing all of these different things so I can start playing that role of a businesswoman, a designer, and all the beautiful things that I had, written as in my script. But those are just a few examples. Like it gives you the freedom to start, shifting your energy towards the things that are going to help the other things that you want to manifest, to attract. And once you start showing up as that character, that role that you wrote out in your script, that's when you start to attract the right circumstances, the right people, the relationships, the events. Everything that is in alignment with your dream will start showing up because you started showing up as that person that you wrote in your script. That's how it works. It's not like you can't manifest something still living the life that you're living if it's completely out of alignment. So first and foremost, you have to be really honest with where you are energetically, emotionally. There's an emotional scale, right? And I'm going to put it up here. According to Ask and It Is Given by Esther Hicks, you need to be in the energy field of being enthusiastic about life, being joyful, and being optimistic, right? Excited about your future, because that's the energy that's going to bring you more of that energy. When you're feeling bored, any emotion below boredom, you're not going to attract anything positive. You're going to continue to attract negative things there. So if you're going through a period in your life where things are just really, really challenging, maybe you're experiencing a lot of fear, a lot of judgment, a lot of jealousy, all of these lower vibrational energies, and then you try to sit down and script out something positive, it's not going to match. I personally like to set up a whole atmosphere when I am going to script because scripting is not something that I do on a day-to-day basis. You could, some people can do this in the morning and script out how their day is going to be. But for me, it's more of like once in a while and then I just kind of forget about it, which is a really important part. It's just kind of releasing and letting go. But I like to set the tone. I usually do it at night when the kids are in bed. So I have alone time and the house is quiet and there's no pressure from anybody needing me. I like to dim the lights a little bit, make myself a nice little cup of tea, light some candles or some incense. And I also like to listen to music by two of my favorite artists, Stephen Halpern and also Dean Evanson. Dean Evanson. So I highly recommend that you guys listen to them on Spotify. The music is just absolutely ethereal and beautiful and spiritual, and it's just like, wow, the music is what I envision you can hear in heaven. It's absolutely beautiful and divine. And I like to just kind of take some time and really script it out and ground myself, take a few deep breaths, really be in the moment, and just experience the practice. It's a beautiful practice. It's also going to help elevate your mood. You're going to feel wonderful after doing this. So it has so many beautiful benefits. In the book Ask and It Is Given by Esther Hicks, they talk about how you want to envision yourself as a screenwriter and you are writing out a movie or a play, and someone is actually going to perform exactly what you wrote out. So you want to be as detailed as possible about the dream that you want to manifest. Every little detail, bring in all of your senses, how you feel, what you smell, how it sounds. Bring your intuition. What does it make your body feel? Does it give you shivers or goosebumps? Absolutely all of your senses, how it tastes, the weather outside, everything. Bring as much detail as possible so you can actually envision yourself in that moment. Because the number one most important element to this, besides writing it out in detail, is feeling the emotions. The emotions is really what's going to enable you to make that shift in your life. It's going to give you that momentum to keep going forward and to know that this is something that you can actually experience it, because the brain doesn't know whether it's real or not. Your brain is literally just experiencing it as a reality when you bring in your emotions. You want to describe everything in the present tense as it's already happening. You never want to say like, oh, I wish this could happen, because if you're wishing for something, then you're already lacking it. That means that you don't have it, because you have to wish for it, right? So you have to be very careful with your words and choose words that are uplifting and words that just make you feel really good inside. Because once you're done scripting it out, you want to go back and read it. And that is when you want to bring all of your emotions and your senses to it, because that's what's really going to make the biggest difference. The thing and the magic for me about this was letting go, just having that moment with myself during that ritualistic practice and scripting it out and going into detail for that certain aspect. And then just closing my journal and not looking at it again. Not like sitting here obsessively, like reading it every single day, like, this needs to be mine, this needs to be mine. Because then that energy, even just, performing it right now for you, like, it doesn't feel good. It feels like very, like, obsessive, like you need to have this happen to you. And you just want to have like this playful, lighthearted, use your imagination, have fun with it, close it, and then start showing up as that role. And then go back. If you do need a shift in your energy, right? Go back to it and read it. And again, bring your emotion. But this doesn't have to be something that you script out every single day, like the same thing, like, my career is going to go this way, or my health is going to be changing in this way, X, Y, and Z, and do that every single day. It's not about how frequently you do this. It's about how much depth and how much emotion you put into it that one time, and knowing that as you continue to show up as that role that you played every single day, this will happen. It will evolve into what you wrote out in your paper. And that's when it blew my mind, when I was actually able to see that. But it's really important to do the practice and then just let go. And by letting go, just know that whatever happens along the journey, accept it, embrace it, and don't fight against it. I've experienced so many quote unquote setbacks since I did it, but I don't really see them as setbacks. But I guess like the old me would have been like, I need this to happen now. Why is this taking so long? It's not my timing. I have a plan. But for me personally, I feel like God always has a better plan. And He does. God does always have a better plan, a bigger and better plan. So this is as much as what we can control, and it's really going to help to change the way that we feel, the way that we think about ourselves, but no longer as playing the small, intimate role, but instead taking up space. And especially as women of color, I feel like it's so important for us to change the way that we've been conditioned and start adapting a life where anything big and grand that maybe we saw other people who are perceived in this world as superior to us have, that we can have that and more, that we are able to receive all of that and more just because we are who we are, a human. And that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed the information that I provided in today's video. It's a technique that really made a big impact in my life. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, it really gave me permission. I gave myself the permission to actually start showing up as that person that I wanted to become. And now I am in that role. And I would really love for you guys to experience that as well. If you have anything else to add to the conversation, I know I couldn't cover everything in today's video, but with the information that I did cover, I feel like that's enough to really make an impact. However, if you want to add so much more, I would love to learn from you guys as well, like always, and I know the community would also love to learn if you have any more tips on scripting. Until then, have a blessed and beautiful day, and may your light never dim.